Before we get started with today's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about Google Analytics 4. Are you still using Google Analytics Universal? If so, it's time to make the switch to Google Analytics 4 before the deadline on July the 1st, 2023. With Google Analytics 4, we all have a more intelligent and predictive platform that provides us with more accurate data and intelligence about our website traffic and user behavior. So don't miss out on this opportunity to improve your website's performance and stay ahead of your competition. Make this switch to Google Analytics 4 with Site Visibility and let us help you unlock those insights to grow your business. So get in touch with us via sitevisibility.com/contact and book in a free consultancy with one of our experts. Links are also included in the show notes. On to this week's episode.
This is Internet Marketing.
Listen, I know that there is a lot of ChatGPT and AI-oriented content out there at the moment, so I'm not here to add to that noise today. But the topic is inescapable, and so I do think it's my duty to help people cut through that noise and deliver the information that really matters on the podcast. And so that's my intent today. I'm not intentionally trying to scaremonger with the title of today's episode, but I do think it's an important question to reflect on, especially given the rapid development of ChatGPT and other AI-oriented content generation models. So speaking about cutting through the noise, I wanted to just provide a summary of the current status of ChatGPT as I'm recording this in the middle of April 2023. The GPT-4 model launched on March the 14th, 2023. It's currently available to ChatGPT Plus subscribers. The GPT-4 model is also used in Bing Chat, their conversational search feature, which you can access for free by updating to the latest version of Microsoft Edge. You still may have to go through a few waitlist steps before being granted access. GPT-4 has enhanced capabilities in advanced reasoning, complex instructions, and in their own words, more creativity. I'm not exactly sure what more creativity means, but I suspect it means that it's able to tackle either a wider variety of queries or more technical queries. I've certainly seen more developer content and my assumed adoption around using GPT-4 since it was launched. The free version of ChatGPT is available to everyone and uses the GPT 3.5 model, while ChatGPT Plus uses the GPT-4 model and is available for $20 per month. Additional features of ChatGPT Plus include its availability even when demand is high, faster response speeds, and priority access to new features. And I just felt like it was important, again, cutting through the noise, speaking about the facts, to distinguish quickly between ChatGPT, Bard, and other AI copywriting tools. So Microsoft is a major investor in OpenAI, who built ChatGPT. They don't own OpenAI, but they have model exclusivity and effectively a lot of control. Bard is Google's AI solution, effectively a direct competitor to ChatGPT. It was released on the 21st of March 2023 and is available via bard.google.com. At the time of recording, there is still a waitlist, but access is almost immediate. Many of the current popular AI copywriting tools are still using OpenAI's GPT 3.5 API. The GPT-4 API is currently only open via a waitlist. I'm not sure if this has gone under the radar, but Google have released an article which provides their guidance on the use of AI-generated content. I will link to this in the show notes. And of course, this is a big topic in the SEO space. Should you be using AI content generation tools, and will it help you in search? And the sentiment of the article and some of the quotes I've lifted from this article really reflect my views on the topic as well. So let's jump into some of those. In the article, Google searches guidance about AI-generated content. They note, however content is produced, those seeking success in Google search should be looking to produce original, high-quality, people-first content demonstrating the qualities EEAT. And if you're not sure what that is, that's expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. They also note in the article, our focus on the quality of content rather than how the content is produced is a useful guide that has helped us deliver reliable, high-quality results to users for years. So in short, yes, you can use ChatGPT for producing content that's successful in search. However, if you only use ChatGPT for content production and you're using it for spammy purposes, expect Google to figure that out and for it to not be effective. Focus on figuring out how to use ChatGPT to improve the effectiveness of your overall content marketing strategy. The minimum bar for content has been raised. So what does all this mean for content producers, copywriters, and content marketers? Well, the bar has been raised. I'm going to link in the notes to an article produced by Rand Fishkin at SparkToro titled AI-generated content is the new floor, because I think it provides an excellent summary that reflects my thoughts on the topic and frames the current status of content generation really well. In short, the minimum bar for content is now the content that is produced by AI. We have to offer something more valuable than this to be successful in our content strategies moving forward. So how do you cut through the noise without getting left behind? This is one of the biggest challenges that I see facing me, my peers, and the industry as a whole. And of course, I don't have all of the answers, but all that I feel is really important is that listeners, people in content production, research roles, you go and experiment with these tools yourself. One thing that I know for sure is that it's not helpful to avoid what's going on. I think it's important to protect yourself and put systems in place for yourself so that you can cut through the noise, so that you can find what's most meaningful to you. But I really think that the only way in which you really come to your own conclusions is if you go and experiment with the technology itself. I think at times like this, when there are lots of tools and there's lots of content being produced, it can be easy to just bury your head in the sand, hope that really it doesn't take over jobs and doesn't take over services. But the reality is that it already is. So I think we owe it to ourselves to familiarize ourselves with the technology that's rapidly developing. And I consider myself a copywriting purist. So this is really challenging for me. I really admire that Mad Men era, the copywriting of the 40s, 50s, 60s. But I don't think that it's helpful to romanticize the past in a way that prevents you from falling in love with content processes of the future. We have to see all of these new tools available to us as just ways that we can enhance the work and our thoughts and the things that we're already doing, and not as an obstacle that we have to fight against. So what does the rapid development of ChatGPT and other AI-oriented conversational search or content generation tools and features, what does that mean for content marketers and agencies that provide content marketing services, content production services, content research services? Because I think it impacts all of those areas. I personally do think that it does devalue copywriting and content marketing services. There are so many aspects of these types of agencies, consultants, or roles that may have previously taken a lot of manual assessment, research, or production that's just no longer necessary. That doesn't mean that ChatGPT and other AI-oriented tools don't have their limitations, but ultimately, I think the pros of using these tools at the moment for efficiency really outweigh the cons. And ChatGPT are pretty open, OpenAI are very open about the flaws in using ChatGPT for research and production. I do think that businesses will start to question the value of content production, research, marketing services, and exercises a lot more because it's more widely understood what ChatGPT and other AI content generation tools do and the fact that they even exist. Speaking about our agency for a moment, we haven't produced content for our clients in quite a while now. So I'm talking informational content, blogs, downloadable content, that kind of thing. So we're in quite a lucky position that we don't really proactively offer those services. But I can say for sure that many of the things that you can achieve with ChatGPT and other AI content generation systems is as good, if not better, than what we've previously charged a fair amount of money for. And I think that if you are a copywriter, a content producer, a consultant, an agency that offers these services, businesses will question the value of these services more. And I think that will happen just because ChatGPT and AI content generation tools are just much more widely available and understood. As I mentioned a moment ago, I do think there is a future for some copywriters and some content marketers, some content producers out there, but that will only happen if you don't fight the development of these tools. Don't bury your head in the sand and you experiment for yourself. Figure out how these tools can be used to enhance and integrate and make more efficient the things that you already do. I think that will prove successful. Ultimately, I think that ChatGPT and other AI content generation tools have made those services an even greater commodity in an already competitive space, and subsequently the value of the entire industry is lowered. And I've spoken in this episode about copywriting a lot, but I've also used the phrase content production because everything that we've seen with ChatGPT and AI content generation tools has started to extend to other forms of media as well. Bing, for example, has already integrated their image creator tool within the Edge browser. What we're seeing with ChatGPT and copy only extends to other forms of media moving forward. So in closing, I just wanted to touch on conversational search and what that means for the future of SEO. Ultimately, users no longer need to go to search engines to find the information they're looking for. I've seen this in practice for myself. I've seen it with friends, colleagues. You've probably seen it yourself. Maybe you've even been using ChatGPT or other AI conversational assistants to find information rather than going through search engines. I think it's easy to see a world where people now will find the information that they need via an app, a browser extension, a smart speaker, all driven by the models that we've discussed in this episode today, and no longer via a search engine, as has been the case for the last 25 years. So as much as I'm here today trying to cut through the noise, give you some facts on the status of ChatGPT and content generation tools, I also want you to cut through the noise by experimenting yourself. I think that is the most effective way to not be overwhelmed and to come to your own conclusions. I'd love to hear your thoughts on ChatGPT and the value of content marketing services and how it impacts content production, research, and marketing moving forward. Let us know how you're integrating or not ChatGPT and other AI models as part of your work by tweeting us at Site Visibility or emailing scott.colenutt@sitevisibility.com. Have fun experimenting, and this has been the Internet Marketing Podcast. Take care.